evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the former Tar Heel Elijah Hood. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tech McKinley able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch it now, Marty.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Gone! Over!
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back to throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
as you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off play action. Newton. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back to throw, Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come out here in the eye. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now a handoff to Richard. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. And they'll run it here. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Newton on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10.
Gun.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Gun.
Second and 10, Newton again. Flush to his right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
20.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they put field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll look to throw. A strong run. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Thomas Davis in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Newton on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Maxwell. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Play action. It's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can. Here's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. And his kick is right through. Gano out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7th. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Back to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This one taken from the 7th. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Murray on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Lucky 56!
He'll look to throw.
Now he's forced out right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
A carry for the big fullback. This is Derek Coleman, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, Murray. He's to the 10. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now back to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Looking to throw. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll set up to throw.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He's going to fire one deep. It's caught at the 10. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the pit. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play?
Partner, I know I'm supposed to really describe what happened there. I'm counting on you for this one. That was one weird play.
Well, what I was going to ask you, in these situations, shouldn't these guys just dive on the football around the goal line rather than try to make a heroic return?
That's what they're taught. But sometimes in the heat of battle, sometimes that heroic stuff comes to the front when you really don't need it. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Stephon Diggs, the main target thus far in that ball game. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Back to throw here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. He shakes it in, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
This is taken around the 12. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run it now out of the gun.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. And the Panthers, who were the least penalized team in the entire NFL last year, come up here on a 1st and 15. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing again is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Maxwell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary 1st step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one. He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They pitch it out to Murray. Murray, strong running. And now running right through it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 45 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's their quarterback with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll set up a throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Here's Bottcher to kick it away. This is taken near the 13.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Newton on first down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat in a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Newton to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevon Seymour. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. On first down, it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Can't fight it. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Now a play fake here on first down. And he will go down outside of the pocket
for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Thomas Davis in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll escape to his right, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. Now he steps away. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. K'Wan short. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision.
And my goodness, another interception. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
That goes for a gain of 31. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 1st and 10, Newton. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They give him a gain of 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, Stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Atlanta, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This one